Hello, grade 2. So we are going to continue today with Gustav Moll's story, and this one is called The Lost Music. When you are listening, I would like you to think about, at the end of the story, which country do you think you would like to hear the music as it is described in the story? The Lost Music, Gustav Moll's War on Noise. There we go. It came slowly. First, there was a distant thudding and heavy machinery from the far-off iron foundry. Then, small workshops began to spring up, a constant guiding, whining, squealing, and wrenching. An urban sprawl of newer dwellings and factories filled every gap in the landscape, building everywhere. Gustav could hardly concentrate on his compositions. His brain was numbed by a mysterious buzzing. "Is it a transmitter, or am I going mad?" he said. Mad indeed is a mole without music. Day and night the traffic roared, revving impatiently, waiting for green, screeching to a stop at the next red. Low-flying aircraft made Gustav fall off his chair. Then worse followed. Gustav's children stopped studying music. They mooned about the house, listening to the stony crows on their personal stereos. In bed, in the bath, everywhere, even when they stopped mooning to pick up fast food. Sometimes they gathered round Tom Timhouse's television to watch Top Tree Pops, or they squeezed into the stadium to listen to their current idols. One day, a throng of unhappy musicians gathered outside Gustav's store. They were members of CALM, the Campaign for All Lovers of Music. "We can't continue," they sighed. "Help us, Gustav, before it is too late." Gustav agreed to be their leader. While the members of CALM rallied support at home, Gustav set out with his family to warn the world and to rediscover the music they had lost. But his unwilling children said, "We don't care what you say, Dad. We're never going to play music again. Never, ever." In Paris, the mole's mood mellowed as they savored slow food to the cordial piano accordion of a busking boulevard badger. Sometimes the way to a young musician's heart is through the stomach. Viva la musique! In Venice, a sewer mouse gondolier serenaded them with "O Telpa Mia." Then Gustav played his lament to the lost music. Mournful indeed is a mole without music. The sewer mouse promised his support. In Budapest, the moles enjoyed gypsy music played by the Badger Band on cymbalums and the kokeshet, or friction drum. Like their French cousin, the Hungarian Badgers promised Gustav their support. "We Hungarians are too passionate to lose our love for music." But the children still said, "Oh, we won't ever play again, Dad. Never, never, ever." In Kenya, a giraffe music critic took the moles to hear the pure sounds of African music. A leopard sent magic messages, cupping a paw over the end of his flute to extend its range. A chimpanzee beat out rhythmic tones of tribal languages. A rhino played a vast marimba. A lion and a hippo strummed lutes made from gourds. "Music began here, dear Gustav," boasted the laughing giraffe. "The drumbeat is the language of Africa." Gustav said, "Listen, children, listen, dance, sing, and play your instruments." The young moles swayed, rolled their eyes, and tapped their feet. Suddenly they were dancing. They could not stop dancing, but they still didn't play their instruments. In India, the moles watched a deadly cobra uncoil and sway to the haunting melody of a white-browed gibbon piper and the beat of a langur drummer. "If you want to understand real Indian music," said the langur, "you must hear Ravi Tiger, the famous sitar player." An elephant beat the rhythm on his tabla drums. A wild buffalo played his droning tempura. Then Ravi plucked the sitar with his claws. "Does it take long to learn?" asked Vincent, impressed. "A lifetime," growled Ravi. A giant panda played the pipa, a four-stringed pear-shaped lute. Another played the chin, a seven-stringed zither with 13-fret studs. A third panda imitated bird calls on the keohu. Chinese music was so strange to the moles' ears. It was like learning all over again. But music meant as much to the pandas as to all the musicians they had met on their journey, and they promised their help. Japan was as crowded and noisy as it had been at home, but musicians were greatly respected. A macaque plucked the moon guitar. Another played the koto, the Japanese national instrument, as long as a zither with 13 waxed silk strings. A black bear played the takabui, a bamboo flute. "We too have problems with noise, and we too want to preserve our traditions," the Japanese said. They promised to help. On a balmy beach in Bali, the moles listened contentedly to the gamelan orchestra. Orangutans played the bedhug, a barrel-shaped drum. A bowed a lute called a rebab, and the revered gongagang. The spirit of the orchestra resides in the gongagang. A proboscis monkey bombed a kithapung drum. The gongagang player taught them an important lesson. Listening to music makes us want to be strong and good. Playing helps us to make ourselves strong and good. Gumbang xylophones were played by an orangutan and a proboscis monkey. Other orangutans played the bonang barung, knobbed kettles struck with padded mallets, and the sarong panorus, bronze-slabbed, nailed to a resounding underframe. "Long live the gongagang!" cried Vincent, but he added in a whisper, "We're still not going to play." In Australia, the moles were welcomed by koalas, who showed them how they drummed on the hollow log ubar and tapped clapping sticks together. A friendly kangaroo blew and sung into the didgeridoo, which he had made from a branch hollowed out by termites. He could have used a bamboo instead, but by burning through its nodal membranes, you can make your own from any long piece of pipe. The Australians said they would love to help. "Hawaii, are we here?" laughed the little moles as they danced to the music of the green turtles. Garlanded with flowers, they began to sing. "Hawaii," sang Vincent. "Very well, thank you," chorused the others. One drummer played two drums, a tiny panui, made from coconut shells, covered with fish skin, and a huge pavu covered with shark skin. Another green turtle played the ukulele, a mouth bow used to send love messages. Gustav said, "Well done, children. Shall we fetch our instruments and join in?" The third played the nafa, a slit drum made from a log hollowed out to different widths. The moles stopped singing and replied, "No, Dad, we're never going to play again. Never, 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 ever. You cannot have ukeki and eat it too." But Gustav's plan was working just the same. After a long voyage, the moles arrived in South America. In the Andes Mountains of Peru, a hummingbird took them to hear the local musicians. A spectacled bear strummed the 10-stringed charango. A lamba beat the bombo made from a hollow trunk covered with sheepskin. Another spectacled bear played the ancient quena, a flute with 7 holes played like a recorder. 2 red yucacas played zambonas, bamboo panpipes, among the most ancient Inca instruments. A 3-toed sloth played a guitar. Haunted by the sound, Florence wistfully took out her flute. But Vincent said, "No, no, no, Flo. Remember what we told Dad." In Friendship Hall, New Orleans, the Red Hot Raccoons played a moving mole's soul version of Gustav's Lament on trombone, saxophone, banjo, and drums. Tears streamed down the little moles' faces. "I want to dance," cried Daisy. "I want to sing," piped Stefano. "We want to play," chorused Vincent, Violet, and Florence. "We're sorry, Dad. You were right. How could we live without our music? Please, Mr. Jelly Rock, may we join in?" "Sure thing, babes. Take it away, fellas," grunted the saxophonist. Their last stop was in the Highlands. It was chilly with their kilts. Gordon McOtter's pipe lament sent them reeling. "Nobody's hotter than McOtter," he boasted. "Piping hot," laughed Gustav. "Cooler than the Stony Crows," the young moles agreed. "Kind of civilized, but great." Meanwhile, the work of calm was approaching its climax, the World Festival of Music. In the packed stadium, the friends the moles had made on their journey performed in support of Gustav as Supreme Governor and Minister for Music. Our choice for Governor Gustav. Welcome to the World Festival of Music. Campaign for all lovers of music. And that is the end. Gustav was elected by a landslide. His first act was to decree an end to noise. His Bill of Silence and Manifesto for Music were passed unanimously. And that is how Gustav found the lost music and brought it home.